Hello, everyone. Hi, hi. Hi, Monica. Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Hi, neighbor. Thank you all for taking time to tune in to this Facebook Live. Yeah, I think the only way, because now it's very, very different. When I talk, right, I'm just talking to a screen. so I have to get used to it. So the only way that I can actually see you all responding to me will be you all replying to the chat. Thank you, thank you. Hey, hi, Clarice. How are you? And how is Seng Hui? Have you all eaten or not? 吃饱了吧? I know ZX has already eaten. Yeah, she eat 好料. Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming in. So good to see you all. 讲罢了啊. Okay, that's good, that's good. Me too, me too. Probably after this can actually go for supper already. Hey, good to know. Yeah, good to know that you guys are doing good. So nice to see you all here. Oh, the only way is like I'm unable to see your face to face. If I can see your face to face, it will be even better. Next time, I think I can treat your kopi here. Must deliver to you all. I can have coffee and chit chat. You all later, you all do me a favor, can? If you all are still staying in this Facebook Live later on, if you all cannot hear me, and if let's say there's actually some lagging, let me know. Just have to write a comment and then send over, then I'll be able to see. Because it's really, really talking to screen. There are screen like everywhere. We'll probably start in another 1-2 minutes. Now can chit chat first. Clarice, how old is your baby now? Okay, kopi, yes. Let me know if you guys are tuning in. Then I can order kopi to send. System team have support. Not enough. Next time you must come over. After the phase 1, we see what happens. Yeah. Hey, hi Joey. Thanks for logging in. Producer, director, one man show, huh? 包说包嗨 BSBH. Haha, guess who is here now? Jess. Wow, so fast, 21 months already. Coming to 2 years. I think after this, we all have to plan and get together. Yes. Project and process team. That one I probably know who to ask to support. Hey, Spencer. Hello, hello. Thank you for logging in. You finish your Zoom on the other side, yeah. That's good, that's good. The project and process, yeah, outsource to Zhen Xuan probably. Got to ask Sammy to come in. Come. Thank you. That's why just now, did any of you listen to PM speech or not? Says that, about job creation, new skills and things like that. So all of us are, I think, still adapting. Correct. In fact, it's like, that's why I was like, talking to a screen, or I cannot see you all at all. So the only way I can see you all is like, give me a thumbs up. Social media recruitment. It's quite good, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, never listen, huh? I think they have another one because 7:30 was actually on Channel New Asia. And then I think there will be another one at 8:30 on Channel 5. And I think Surya. Yeah. And it's actually all the way until 9:30. Very interesting. Hey, hello, Sammy. 来了. We need a process head. A little bit of airtime for recruitment. Oh, thank you. Listen to me, Jess. Thank you. System team behind the scene. See, he must say something already here. Okay, time check. 8:07 already. Hey, thanks all for taking time to come here and support this Facebook Live. Okay. Today's topic is actually in fact, very simple, you see. But yet, for anybody who is actually looking to buy a property, if you do not go through this simple step, I would say these are basic steps. If you don't go through this, you will not be able to get a property. So basically, no matter how simple it is, anyone who is actually buying a property will actually need to go through these steps that I'll be actually sharing this evening. Yeah. So total, they are actually all in five tips, basically. Yes, correct. Okay, right. Okay, we will actually just start off lah. Then we will make this a more communication session so that you all can communicate and you all can type into the comment box. Okay, good, Okay, can. So at least I don't feel that I'm the only one talking. So if you have any questions, then you can also type in. Yeah, Susan is here. Hey, Susan. Have you eaten? I hope you all already eaten. If not, let me know. I can maybe order some stuff for you all. Okay, right. Today's topic I'm going to actually share is actually, I've got 5 tips for first-time home buyer. Okay, and along the way, there will be, in fact, if you have already bought your property, there are also some tips along the way that you can actually look into to perhaps apply, to yourself. Okay, so generally, because we meet a lot of first-time home buyer, and I think buying a home, especially when we talk about in the Singapore context, we are talking about easily, if you're talking about a one-bedder, it will actually range about 600,000 to about 1.1, 1.2. In Orchard area, will be about 1.5 million. So if you are talking about a 2-bedder city fringe, we are looking at about 1.2 million, in terms of like quantum. So every time when you actually go out there to meet a lot of clients, right? Because the number itself, right, when you actually look at it, you probably will be like, you know, it's like, it's quite a huge number lah. You probably pull your handbrake and then move backwards. So, okay, so the thing here is we always feel that buying your first property, it can be actually overwhelming if let's say there is no proper groundworks done. So what are these things, you see? So basically, I just share with you that I have, I mean, there are a few occasions that we meet clients of different profile. But interestingly, this, I will actually share this itself because I got a call from this client who actually inquired about a one-bedroom unit, just one bedroom, okay? So she actually wanted to buy for herself, but she's currently staying with, she has a place, she's staying with the family members, okay? So she was like looking to buy something for herself. Then she says that, okay, can I like, you know, maybe buy something? So at the end of the day, if I really want to actually move to this place, I can actually move and, you know, have a little bit of privacy. I want to live on my own. But at the end of the day, if I choose not to move, I want to make sure that this place is easily rented out. So then we spoke a while over the phone. Then she started asking me about like how much is a one-bedder in a city fringe area, not too far. Okay, it's not like outskirt, either Changi or Jurong, but somewhere just right, maybe about 15 minutes to CBD, 15-20 minutes to CBD area, city fringe. So I actually shared with her the price range is actually going at about 750 to about 850,000, depending on project as well for one bedder. And then after that, she says, okay, she will do her calculation and then she will get in touch with me. So subsequently, of course, I follow up with her. Then she says that, probably she may need time. Reason being is because she says she has not accumulated enough funds for the down payment. So I say, oh, okay. I said, no problem lah, you know. Then I said, maybe we can actually catch up for kopi. And I really meant it, you see, because buying a property is not so simple as like A, B, C. You see, you have to do all this groundwork. So at the end of the day, I said, maybe just come out and then let's have a meal or coffee so that I can actually run through. At the end of the day, if let's say the sums is actually not right, then we perhaps have to do some planning. And this planning probably will take about a year or two, or sometimes 3 years, depending on the situation of the client. So finally, we set an appointment. What happened is we went to NEX Mall. I still remember. So we went there. I met her after work. So she came and then we went for dinner actually. So during the dinner, I was like, we were chit-chatting. Then after that, she says that I wasted, you know, she cannot buy. Then I said, why do you say that? Because I have not even run through the sums with you. Then she says, you know, she heard that the down payment from her friend is quite high lah, that she has not saved enough. So I said, oh, okay. I said, no problem lah. I said, later on, after the meal, I will just run through to see whether how comfortable you are. If let's say, if you are not comfortable at this moment, then perhaps put the purchase on hold. So as we chit-chat along the way, and then I was like asking her, I said, how long have you been working already? So she says about 12 years, 12 to 13 years. And I said, hey, but the thing is 12 to 13 years, do you know that you are able to use your CPF funds from your ordinary account to fund the purchase of this property itself? You know, I mean, there is actually a cash component and then there's actually a CPF component that you can actually use. So she says, she spoke to one friend, told her that they can only use the CPF funds when you're buying a HDB property. I said, no lah, not true. Then she was like, oh, very excited. She said, hey, I think you have to go through with me, you know, all these things. Because she was even thinking of like savings the funds and maybe borrow some cash from the parents later on. So we had the dinner already, then we quickly go through the sums. Let me actually share with you some of the, I'll share screen just a while. Hey, hi Mel. Hello. Okay, you all can see my screen? Can, ah? Okay. Okay, great, great. Okay, a little bit of disclaimer here. Okay, so you just move on. Okay, so this person that I met, um, hang on. Okay, this person that I met, right? She at that then she was actually 35 years old, and she has a savings of 90,000. So her CPF or OA account, ordinary account, she actually has accumulated $150, 150,000. So initially she thought that she couldn't use these funds at all. But after when I actually sat down with her, I said, hey, you can actually use this, you know. Then and she's actually drawing a quite a good income, I would say, about 6,000, and she's single. So after that, then she says, hey, really, can you like share more with me? You know, because I'm actually looking at one bidder. I said, yeah, you can actually. So, so I was actually going through with her, and I told her that in order to actually buy a 800,000, 800,000, what do you call this? 800,000 one bidder. So the amount that she actually required, the down payment, is actually 25%. Okay, so which means that the balance later on I will touch on it. And this 25%, the good thing is out of this 25% required, we are only looking at 5% cash. Okay, because the other 20%, it can actually come from your CPF ordinary account. So in this instance, so this 5% cash over here, based on this 800,000, so this is actually about 40,000. We are only looking at 40,000. So basically, the cash component is already taken care of already because she has got 90K. Then she says, hey, really, I only need to come out with 40,000. I say, okay, but the thing is, I need to see if your CPF, you have 150,000 and we actually required 20%. So 20% of 800,000 is 160. So if she has 150, there is actually a shortage of about 10,000. So basically, she can actually use cash 10,000 and CPF amount, right? She can actually use about 150. So these two adds together is 160. So then she says, hey, I didn't know, I didn't know. And then she got very excited. Then she says, then how about the loan and things like that? Okay, coming back to, hang on, I just, can y'all see, sorry? Okay, so basically here, right? Let me just run through again. Hang on, 150,000. Okay, so the bank loan portion, because she's actually looking to buy a property of 800,000. So technically speaking, right, for first time buyer, and if you do not have any loan, you're able to actually get up to 75%. So which means that we will take 75% times 800,000. So we get this 600,000 she's able to actually get. But of course, I will actually share a little bit more on how we can actually derive at that figure. Okay, so, okay, this is actually quite interesting because previously I actually met a couple also, and the couple who actually rang me up said that they know and I don't have to run through all this financial with them. So I said, oh, okay, that's good because they have already spoken to quite a few bankers, and in fact, they have spoken to a few friends, so they know that they are more or less ready to buy. But when I actually met them at the show flat itself, they wanted to buy. But the thing is, when they looked for banker, it was actually it was actually quite some time. This case was actually last year, but they actually spoke to banker in 2018. 2018, beginning of 2018. So they called me up in 2019. But effectively from 6th of July, there is actually a change of rules, meaning to say that, okay, previously you're able to get up to 80% of loan, but today you're only able to get 75%. So when they spoke to me, they say, hey, we are ready. So when I actually look at it, I say, hey, no, you cannot get 75%. You can only get, you cannot get 80%. You can only get up to 75%. So they say that, oh dear, but we only have the 20% down payment, which means that still short of 5%, you see. So a lot of times when we actually meet up with clients think that, hey, I think I've heard someone saying that, but the thing is, it's always good to actually check on that. So far, so good or not, guys? Am I going too fast? Got any questions from here? All good? All good, huh? Okay, so I will actually carry on. The bank loan part here, 75% of this 75%, huh? Okay, thanks, Ben. Okay, I can see. Because I don't see any response coming in, I will probably be thinking that it should be okay. Okay, good. So this 75% of 800,000 is 600. Okay, so in order for a person to get a 600,000 loan, your income must be minimum 4490 if you are 35 years old. Okay, if your age is more than 35 years old, then of course you probably need more income. So rule of thumb is it's actually good for people to start young if you have the funds ready. Okay, but then if you are younger than 35, your income, it can be lower to support this loan. Okay, but the benchmark for this 75% is 4490. But when you look at this customer's income, right? Her income is 6,000 per month. So basically, in order to get that kind of loan, in fact, her income of 6,000, she can actually get up to 800,000 loan. So which means that she can even buy a property above a mil. But the thing is, we always, we don't want to actually overstretch. So that's why we work within the means. So at the end of the day, we say that, hey, you already have an income of 6,000 already. I don't see an issue, you cannot get a loan of this 600,000 because in order to get 600,000, your income must be 4490. So then moving on from there, the first component here we talk about, you must know what is the down payment required. Okay. Second, very important step, even you have the down payment, if you cannot get the loan, we can't proceed with the purchase because this is probably one of the biggest purchases that we make in terms of financial, and we really need to make sure that all this is ironed out before you actually proceed to buy a property. So the second point here, we are talking about bank loan. So once the bank loan is checked, the down payment is checked, the third thing that we need to actually find out a little bit more, very interesting here, it would be the interest rate. Okay, if you are looking at the interest rate now, it is at all-time low because SIBOR is actually lower than 1.5. Yes, 3 months SIBOR plus the spread. Okay, so for bank rates itself, there are actually different type of bank rates that the bank would actually offer. Okay, such as we have got variable rates, which is actually based on the bank mortgage rate. Okay, because the variable rate sometimes is tied to the bank mortgage rate, and you also have variable rates that is actually tied to the fixed deposit. So they call it the FDMR, fixed deposit mortgage rate. Okay, then you also have heard of 1 month SIBOR, 3 months SIBOR, and I think a lot of banks don't offer 1 month SIBOR anymore at this point in time. A more popular one will be 3 months SIBOR. Okay, and I think at the start of this Facebook Live, I also shared that if you're already existingly a property owner, this will also help you because I have actually spoken to a few clients last week and they are actually paying an interest rate of about 2.7, 2.75. Some is 2.45. So if you are paying a high interest rate now, for those who actually tune into this session, okay, please, if you have your agent, speak to your agent or speak to your banker to see whether what is the current rates that the bank is offering. Okay, you can actually choose to go for repricing or refinancing. Okay, what is the difference between repricing and refinancing? Because we come across a lot of questions here. Okay, repricing, which means that assuming if let's say your loan is with OCBC Bank, okay, and the rates has gone up and you are looking for another better package within the same bank, it is repricing. Okay, for such cases, you don't have to pay legal fee. Okay, normally you will only need to pay the administration fee. It depends on bank. Okay, usually it's actually about $500 to $800. Okay, so that is actually repricing. Another one is refinancing. Okay, when does refinancing take place? Refinancing basically, if you're actually having a loan with OCBC Bank, and then you find that UOB is actually offering a better deal, and you want to move over from OCBC to UOB. This is what we call refinancing. Okay, for refinancing, yes, you need to have a lawyer to get this transaction done. And usually right now, because the rates are also pretty competitive, and banks usually will offer you a legal subsidy only for refinancing. New loan and things like that, new purchase, no subsidy because it's not MAS does not approve that. But for refinancing, bank will give you a subsidy of this legal fee. I think some banks are giving it up to about 2,000, as far as I know. So this subsidy, what happens? Which means that you cannot redeem your loan within a period of time, and there will be a clawback. So usually this clawback will be 3 years. So if you make a redemption to the loan within the 3 years period, you have to pay back to the bank this particular amount. Okay, so far so good. So I thought I touched a little bit on that because you can really save a lot when you actually look at this, because we are looking at a huge quantum here. So for those of you who are actually paying 2%, please first thing check whether you are still within the lock-in. If you are out from the lock-in, do something to the loan. It really, really helps you a lot, so you don't have to pay so much interest. Okay, good. Okay, so much of the interest. So you see there in the boxes that I actually prepared, I put down 3.5. Okay, you'll be wondering that here I'm talking about how good the interest rate is, but how come I put in 3.5? Okay, this 3.5 component, when you take a loan with the bank, the bank, MAS is actually a Monetary Authority of Singapore. They actually would like all banks to do a stress test, meaning to say that, okay, you want to take a loan today, and I will have to, as bank, I have to make sure that I will put in a component of this interest to be 3.5 for residential property, to make sure that the amount of loan that your salary itself are able to service this amount. And we only take 60%. Okay, what does this mean? Basically, if a person earns 10,000, we only take 6,000 out for you to service your home loan. And this 6,000, which means it's 60% TDSR. So this 60%, which is 6,000, we will also see that what are the commitment that you have. If let's say you have car loan, we have to deduct from there. If you don't have, we take it 6,000. And of course, this 3.5% is part of the TDSR that is actually set, that we have to actually cater for it. TDSR, it actually stands for Total Debt Servicing Ratio. Okay, and this was actually implemented in 2013. Okay, why is that so? Because we actually have this TDSR framework because the Singapore government, they just want to keep checks and balances to make sure that the to make sure that people don't over borrow. Because the thing is like, if you actually over borrow, you over leverage, okay, when in bad times, then probably we will face a lot of problem. So all this is already put in place already. So it also means that, you know, if a person wants to buy a property, the bank will make sure that, okay, you are safe to go ahead. It's actually prudent before they give you the loan. So it's actually quite safe lah. So that's why a lot of people are thinking that, this kind of time, will there be a lot of stress sales and things like that or not? I don't think so, unless you really search, you know, because the thing is like, anyone who actually buy a property today, it's already cushioned already. All this has already been buffered. Yeah. Okay, maybe we take some question over here. Okay. Hey, hi, Alfred. There's actually a question here. I'll probably stop at this interest rate portion, and I'll take this. I'll see whether I have any question or not. Oh, okay, good sharing. Thank you, Alfred. I hope that you guys will actually get some good takeaway from this session. Okay, so remember to look into the interest rate that you guys are paying. Okay, that's good. Okay, so far so good, guys. Okay, so the third component here is actually interest rate. Okay, another thing that I want to share, because we are actually at this interest rate topic, we have served a lot of clients, okay, and clients frequently ask, I was just talking to a client from overseas, okay, and he was actually asking me whether can he get a loan, because he's looking to buy a new launch, can he get a loan, but he wants a fixed rate. So, okay, unfortunately, in the Singapore context, right, if you're buying a new launch, which means that it's building under construction, it's not ready yet, so you are not able to actually get a fixed rate, because the bank don't actually offer fixed rate for new launches. Reason being is because it does not favor consumer at all. You see, when you are buying something that is actually from scratch, you won't be paying, the bank will not release the loan yet until that is actually built, you see. So by the time it actually builds, haven't even finished yet, right? Your loan, your fixed rate is only like valid for maybe 2 years. It's really over that period already. So it doesn't really benefit us. So that's why the bank don't actually offer this. Because in some country, I heard, this one is I learned from customer. Customer says that in my country, right, they offer fixed rate. And their fixed rate is really fixed. It's actually for a duration of maybe for like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. They say, wow, so good, really, you see. But I've never heard of that, okay, over here. Okay, then coming back to here, you see the interest rate component here. If we do a stress test here, based on 3.5%, if a person is actually talking about this client, 800,000 property, this client will have to pay a monthly installment of 2,694 per month. Okay, but because interest rate is at all-time low, in fact, it's actually lower than 1.5, 3 months SIBOR, okay? I took 1.5 based on 800,000 for a period of 30 years, because you can take up to 30 years or maximum age 65 for your loan. Okay, so you look at the interest, the monthly installment that this person is paying, 2071 versus 2694. Okay, so far so good. Thank you, Jess. Jess is saying that she learned a lot. I'm glad that you are learning. Okay. The fourth point that I like to touch, because a lot of times we don't break the amount down. We say that, how can I actually afford an 800,000 house? When I first bought my first property, when I look at it, I keep telling myself, I don't think I can afford. It's the same. This is the consumer mindset, okay? Because we look at it as a whole, but we don't break it down. But when you actually break it down, you look at the numbers. Okay, the installment of 2071 per month over here, this portion here, is actually based on 1.5% for 30 years on a purchase price of 800,000. if you take a look that further to this two box here, I actually split them up into cash and CPF component. Okay, when you see it, you'll probably be thinking that, why I split it up? Because you, besides taking CPF for your down payment, right, over here, you can actually use CPF to service your monthly installment. Okay, so when I actually went through this with my client, she was like, wow, how do you get 1260? Okay, if you go to CPF website, okay, CPF website, it clearly states down how much is your contribution on a monthly basis to your OA, because every month, right, you will contribute to your OA, SA, and Medisave. This one is standard one. But based on your age and the income that you draw, there's a percentage that we will work out on how much you will be getting. So assuming for this client of mine, she earns 6,000, her monthly contribution per month, because she's 35 years old, so for 35 years old, she will have to contribute 21%. So that 21% of 6,000, the amount to CPF is $1,260. So every month, CPF will have that amount. So I'm just telling her, I say, hey, you actually don't have to, sacrifice a lot of things, because today, if you don't buy a property, your CPF funds is also there, right? But tomorrow, if you buy a property, don't you think that it's really good that you can actually take the funds from CPF to service your interest? And at the same time, assuming, let's say this client of mine, when the property, actually she bought from me already. So if let's say the property is ready tomorrow and she feels that she wants to move there and she doesn't want to stay with the parents, she can, because she only need to pay $811 per month, which I have already calculated. This one, $811, you divide by 30 days. Help me to divide 811 over 30. What is the amount that you get? Can you help me to key in into the comment box? $811 divided by 30. It's actually $27 per day. Thanks, Shani. Okay, you look at this $27 per day. You think it's achievable or not? I've also known of a lot of people who grab to work, grab off work, go to work by Grab, leave, go home by Grab. I think you pay more than $27. So if only you can actually park aside $30, they say $30 per day. Basically, it's about $900 per month, and put into your housing. This is also in a form of like forced savings. Money that you don't see now, but you will probably see this in the next 4 or 5 years. You see, but if you don't plan, the thing is like, if forever will not be achievable. Yeah, so you look at this. This is one scenario, okay? But I didn't put down the next scenario here, but I thought that, I'll just share with you. Assuming this client of mine, if let's say the property is ready tomorrow, and then she says that, hey, I think I'm okay to stay with my parents still. I'll probably stay with my parents because I want to make money from this property. So what she can do? She can rent this property. Okay, how much how much do you think that one bedder will fetch in terms of rental in, for a property that is about 800,000 at City Fringe? Okay. So how much do you think? Okay, I think that the range is probably about 2000 to 2005. Okay, but let us not even look at 2005. okay, in today's market. Let us look at 2,000. This is the rent that you're going to rent. So your monthly installment is 2,071. So which means that every month you just need to top up $71. If not, you can use your CPF to pay 1,260, and the balance of that, okay, from your rental, you still have a passive income. Correct or not? Because rental is 2,000 ma. So if you actually take 1,260 from your CPF, right? So you still have how much? Let me calculate. Yeah. 740. So you either top up with cash. Sorry. Hang on. So if let's say you pay rental is 2,000, and then your CPF is 1,260, okay, then you pay your monthly installment of 2,071. So you take 3,260 minus 2,071. You have a passive of 1,189. You can grab one. Can grab, right? To and fro. To work and from work. All paid for. Someone is paying for your house. At the same time, you still have got an additional pocket money. Okay, can. 2,000, yeah. Sorry, I see some questions here. Hello, Amanda. How have you been? I see a very long time friend, my client turned friend, very, very good friend. Thanks all. People who actually came in and watched. Thank you. Okay, I see Adeline asking 2,000. Yeah, 2,000, that's the worst scenario. Because a lot of times we always have this thinking that, hey, can my property fetch 2,000? Frankly, today I just rented out a unit without customers seeing the unit, just video only I sent. But because the thing is, of course, you don't ask for very, very high price lah. Neither do I ask you to ask for very low price. If it's actually market price, but because it's actually, we are in crisis, then maybe not many people, then you just go another $100, $200. Can you rent out your property or not? The answer is yes. Okay, so this 2,000 is the worst scenario. You can still rent out your property. Then on top of that, you take 1,260 from your CPF to service it. Together, you actually have 3,260 minus your installment of 2,071. You still have the balance. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, it's true, Adeline. Thank you very much. In other words, you're actually using other people's money. Yeah, because this is something that I also like to share. When you pay your mortgage to the bank, there's these two components that you touch on. One is principal, one is interest. The amount that you go and pay the interest, it will be as good as you will not see it. But principal, the amount, it will actually go down to your loan and it will actually lower your loan amount. So at the end of the day, you'll take back. In my next Facebook Live, in the next few Facebook Live, I will actually share with you all more on how this whole concept works. But today, because the topic is the 5 tips that you must probably run through before you go out there and purchase your property. And I hope that, you know, this sharing actually gives you, you know, an idea what to do, especially for people who's actually looking to buy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true, cover interest. Hey, hello, Karen. The rest are forced savings. That's true, that's true. Yeah. Okay, next, hang on. Okay, and of course, the 5th point over here, you have to actually get someone who is actually an expert in this to help you out. Because, you know, when I was going through this thing, I was thinking of like, what is the topic that I want to share so that I can actually add value? You know, because a lot of things, because when I want to buy my first property, all this information is not readily available those days. So I have to like really, really search, you know. But then I thought, I think this, it may look simple. And for people who has been in it, after a while, you also maybe like forgot. So I think it's actually good that we actually run through point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, and 5. So if you have someone, you know, speak to the person and work something out, okay, like the down payment, how much, bank loan, interest rate, monthly installment, okay. Rule of thumb is do not overstretch. Yeah. Once you don't overstretch, then you'll be very comfortable. Yes, correct. Because like, for instance, this customer can easily buy 1/million. Then I say, no need lah. If you want 1 bedroom, this one, I think it's okay already. And she's like pretty happy because the property that she actually bought, right now, right, there are some, but the thing is like, the price has already increased already. Yeah, correct. Hang on now. Let me turn back to, hi. I got to call my IT department. Too many things to handle. Okay, so I want to come back to the screen here so that you all can see me now, the whole picture. No need to see the screen already. Yeah, so that is something that I thought it will be beneficial to people who are actually looking to buy, or because these are actually good tips lah to know. All right, you all have any questions or not? I hope the sharing is actually beneficial to you all. Let me take a look at the comments. Man is laughing, great sharing. Thank you, Man. Oh, Francis, Francis is my, he's here. He's supporting system, IT. Without him, the show cannot go on. Okay, you have any questions for me? Because you know, those are the few things that I wanted to share lah. So to recap, down payment, bank loan, interest rate, your mortgage payment, and last but not least, get someone who is actually good and expert in this field to actually help you. Yeah. Yes, Francis is the IT, correct. I don't think I'll be able, because there are actually a lot of equipment here, okay? I'm like, as though that I'm actually in like some server room like that. Okay, yeah. You all have any questions for those of you who are actually watching? Thank you, Susan. Glad that you find this comprehensive. Thank you. I'll share more, you know, I'll break it into components, then I will actually share more so that more people can actually benefit from this sharing. And please, if you are not my Facebook friend, please go to Ming Property to like me, or you can go and find me on my personal Facebook page, Hui Ming Tan. Yeah, just send me a friend request. Hi, Tracy. Thank you for coming in. Okay, I have a question here. Thank you, Spencer. glad that you, yeah, glad that you find that it's actually informative. Okay, I have a question here. I think Clarice is asking, comparing a freehold boutique condo or a 99 years full condo, which is better? Okay, okay, this is a bonus time lah. This is actually not in our today's topic, but to answer this question, okay, basically we need to actually do a little bit more research on that, because when we talk about freehold boutique versus 99, right? Which location? Number one, we need to know which location are we looking at, and we also need to actually look at the surrounding to see, you know, like what is the ongoing pricing, and we need to compare whether are these new launches or are these resale. So we really need to sit down, but we can actually explore that further. Correct. I'll be able to actually do a comparison, you know, yeah, aside. But because in this sharing session, I won't be able to actually compare right now. But then always give me a call and let me actually help you on that. Yeah, correct. Okay. Oh, Jess, bye-bye. Oh, you haven't eaten? Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for tuning in to my session, you know, without even having your dinner. Okay. Okay, for those of you who actually missed the first part of this and just joined us now, right? Do go to Ming Property, because this Facebook Live, right, is actually recorded. So you can actually go there and replay. And if you miss certain part, right, go in, replay. And if you find that there are certain part that you don't understand, just drop me a SMS or you drop me a WhatsApp, and I will actually get in touch with you to explain to you in more detail. Correct. Okay, can. Clarice, we will explore that. You can let me know what is the development, and then we can sit down and discuss a bit more. Yeah, okay. Wow, it's 8:53 now. Wow, okay. It's almost an hour. I've got a few more minutes to take questions if you all have, but it's just that certain questions, right? I mean, any questions like pertaining to rates and things like that, I'll see whether I can actually help. If it's actually we need detailed comparison, then we probably take it offline. Yeah. Let me just run through, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good. We are, okay, no other questions, right? Okay, so if there is no other questions, can chit chat lah. Yeah. So, okay, no question, miss the world lot. Okay, just want to see. Oh, okay, okay. Take picture. Someone said miss. I also miss, you know, going out, talking to people and seeing you all. Yeah. And I think time flies. Phase one already over. I mean, phase one already, like 1 week has passed. Okay. We are going into the second week of phase one. So hopefully very soon will be phase two. And until then, everyone, please stay safe, okay? Take extra care of yourself. Remember your mask, okay? That is actually compulsory already everywhere you go. So I'll see you in my next Facebook Live. So just follow me on my Facebook page, okay? Shen, yeah, that's right. Thank you. Okay, take care, guys. Bye. I miss you all.